Everyone envies the man who does not react. You look entirely untouchable and calm. You look perfectly in control of the situation. Everyone wants your glacial and heavy stillness. They see your silence as a massive weapon. They see your logic as an absolute shield. They want to own your internal calm, but they do not know the cost. Being a thinking practitioner is a heavy gift. You analyze every single emotional heartbeat. You deconstruct every word before it is spoken, and yet you are completely alone. The assumption is that clarity brings peace. This is a beautiful and dangerous lie. Clarity often brings a terrifying level of isolation. You see through the social theater daily. You watch people perform their petty dramas. You see the insecurity behind their loud words. You cannot unsee the mechanism of their desperation. Their performance is an insult to your intelligence. This depth creates a massive and permanent gap. You are physically present in the crowded room, but your mind is miles away in the void. You are a ghost observing a play. Everyone claims they want a deep connection. Most people are terrified of real depth. They want a comfortable and safe reflection. They do not want to see themselves clearly. Your emotional distance is a specific form of calibration. They simply cannot match your frequency. You are speaking from a different century. Their silence is an audit of your isolation. A thinking practitioner operates with brutal and cold efficiency. You treat your own emotions like clinical data. You solve the feeling before you feel it. The problem is solved, but the heart is empty. This efficiency is a trauma response you perfected. You learned that being untouchable was being safe. Now you are safe, but you are invisible. Your armor has become your prison cell. You analyze a tragedy and find the logic. You analyze a joy and find the petard. But you cannot simply sit in the moment. The moment is lost to the analysis. Others feel the resonance of your heavy intent. They sense that you are calculating the outcome. It makes them hesitate and pull away. Your precision is a deterrent to their intimacy. You have a vast internal library of observations, yet you have no one to share them with. The crowd is loud, but the frequency is white noise. You are a heavy tower in a dead ocean. This represents the first cost of higher awareness. You traded your belonging for absolute and cold clarity. You are the master of the somatic deep, but you are still an emotional exile.
Because of this, you are deemed unavailable. The sovereign recognizes the lie and the truth. Availability is not about talking about your feelings. It is the capacity to sit in the void.
Most men sprint through their own emotional terrain. They are terrified of the dark corners within. They use speed to avoid the internal audit. You already live in the basement of the soul. Your availability is blocked by your high resolution. You see the micro shifts in their body language. You hear the lie before they finish the sentence. Why would you open up to a performance? You are waiting for someone to match your caliber, someone who does not flinch at the truth. But you are looking for a ghost in a machine. You are looking for yourself in everyone else. The thinking practitioner understands the somatic body. You know how the nervous system anchors to Ruma. You know the physical cost of deep repression. You are an expert in the mechanics of pain. But expertise is not the same as presence. Presence requires you to lower your analytical guard. It requires you to be seen in your stillness. You are terrified of being truly and legally seen. You hide behind your profound and massive intellect. You use logic as a form of social distancing. If they cannot reach you, they cannot hurt you, but they also cannot ever love you. Love. The cost of your excellence is chronic solitude. You sit atop a mountain of your own making. The air is thin and the light is cold. You have everything, but you have no touch. Every relationship feels like a negotiation of power. You are constantly auditing the terms of engagement. You are terrified of surrendering your analytical edge. Surrender feels like a total and final defeat.
This internal civil war must end right now. You must recognize that presence is your ultimate status. It is the refusal to hide behind a ghost. Real power is being the one who stares back. I am a civilization.
We must collectively reclaim our emotional authority. We are not unavailable because we are broken. We are calibrated differently for a dark ERA. Our silence is a filter for the unworthy. First, we must stop analyzing the other person. We will turn our clinical gaze back onto ourselves. We will audit the walls we built for safety. Every brick was a reaction to a past failure. We will practice the art of the UN-filtered gaze. We will look directly into the eyes of the void. We will breathe through the urge to explain. Explanation is just a form of digital defense. The thinking practitioner must become a feeling anchor. We will use our somatic awareness to stay grounded. When the room gets loud, we will get heavy. Our weight is our absolute and final SOP. We will embrace the awkwardness of being exposed. Vulnerability is not the same as being weak. Vulnerability is the courage to have no shield. A man with no shield is truly unstoppable. We will strip away the technical and cold jargon. We will speak the simple and heavy truth. I am here as a masterclass in presence. No more analysis is required for that reality. Society wants you to be a predictable cog. They want you to react to their fast dopamine. By choosing presence, you exit the machine. You become the ghost that haunts the system. We are building a circle of the untouchable, men who can sit in the fire and not flinch. We are the thinking practitioners of a new philosophy. Our presence is the only currency that matters. We will stop running from the social silence. Silence is where our power is actually forged. In the quiet, we become the center of gravity. The world must match our glacial frequency. The diagnosis is clear for the thinking practitioner. Your availability is a gift you must learn to give. It is the ultimate refusal to be isolated. Connection is the sovereign act of the brave. We are taking our hands off the analytical button. We are letting the emotional world break over us. We are standing on the solid obsidian earth. We are finally and completely available. You have a choice to make this very second. You can keep observing the world from a distance, or you can finally step into the arena. The arena is cold, but the light is real. The analytical mind is a brilliant but lonely servant. It has protected you from the external storm, but the storm is where you learn to breathe. You must learn to breathe without a filter. Stop measuring your value by your emotional absence. Being unbothered is often just being dead. You must resurrect your own capacity to feel. Resurrection is a slow and painful process. Your partner does not need your clinical analysis. They need the weight of your unblinking presence. They need to know that you are in the room. Being there is the only move that wins. The thinking practitioner is a master of the outcome, but presence is a masterclass in the moment. The outcome is a ghost that hasn't happened. The moment is the only truth you own. They want you isolated because isolation breeds weakness. A man with a deep connection cannot be controlled. Your presence is the ultimate threat to their system. You are an anchor in their sea of noise. Become the anchor for those who are still lost. Move through the chaos with unbothered precision. Let them see the power of your absolute silence. A stone mountain does not care what the wind thinks.
Own your emotional reality as your ultimate status symbol. Refuse to ever be ghosted again. Your presence is a vault, and you hold the key.
Breathing deeply through your nose right now. Feel the actual and heavy weight of your body. You are no longer chasing the next analysis. The analysis is a ghost that has no weight. But securing your physical presence is only the beginning. True power requires mastering the emotional time trap. There is a deeper reason your mind pulls away, a reason buried in your ancient survival coda. Your brain was wired to fear being truly seen. The unavailability is a desperate survival instinct. You hide simply because the target is still. You are terrified of being the one who stood seen. You must violently cut ties with that safety. You must isolate your mind to rebuild sovereignty. The analytical world will try to drag you back. They cannot reach you if you are untouchable. The hearth is steady. The fire needs no permission to burn. Join the sovereign circle below and stop the analysis. Because someone out there right now is completely untouchable.